Welcome back to Hobby Jogger Elite. Feels great to be saying those words again. Didn't think it would be 4 months and change between when I last said those words and when I am coming to you now. The absence between my last upload and this one is not planned or expected, and I'm alive and well, and I have still been running. There were a few reasons why I sort of took an unplanned hiatus over these past couple months, but more than that, glad to be back. We are still running the Chicago Marathon, in case you were wondering, and it is in like 50 days and some change. At this point, I have been training pretty hard over the course of the summer now into August. Would say that I am not in quite as good a spot this point in the year and at this point in the marathon lead up right now as I was like this time last year in my marathon lead up. Part of that was due to this unplanned hiatus. A number of things just kind of like came together, life related things, nothing to do with running. At the same time, can only fill each cup in your life so much. You fill one up a little bit more, or one requires being filled up a little bit more, you have to sort of take away from those other ones. So my running cup just sort of need to be drained because, quite frankly, a sort of like personal life-related emergency crisis sort of came up like right before the Salisbury half marathon back in April, which caused me to not be able to run it at all. I could not make it out to Salisbury because of it, and I did not end up running that race after some really hard training. Sort of had to put everything to the side, scrap everything, and attend to life-related things. And I keep things on this channel running related. I do prefer it that way, and hopefully you all can sort of respect that intention and that wish as well. But just know that I am okay, and everyone here is okay. Everything is all good. Just sort of coincided with other things that were going on in my life. A very intense final stretch of my sort of like master's program and my studies with grad school did not make that like life crisis any easier, as well as just sort of a very usual pickup in my professional life with work, keeping up with my 9 to 5, as well as like everything else that just requires your attention and energy when you are a functioning adult and member of society here. So a lot of things came together at once, and it just did not make sense to be dedicating a lot of energy to making videos about running or like running in general. I actually had to take a decent amount of time off. I was at a point where I was lucky to get out the door, maybe 2-3 times a week for some shorter runs. Once I was able to sort of dedicate some more time and energy after I've finished grad school, my master's program is over, I've gained some fitness back, but again, that sort of immense amount of downturn in training volume definitely had me feeling in the early summer days like this was going to be very, very difficult to get to a point where I actually wanted to run this marathon. Here we stand, late August. Again, I don't feel like I am in the best shape of my life, but I do feel like I am making that kind of progress that was very recognizable last fall, which put me in a great spot to, run a really, really great race that I was proud of in November of 2023. And hopefully we can sort of replicate that progress over these last several weeks heading into Chicago. October's coming up fast. I have kind of been back on the marathon training horse since like June-ish, like mid to late June, sort of at the point now where I'm regularly logging, 70 to 75 mile weeks. Hopefully can work back up to like 80 miles a week in this home stretch and get back to, doing some different work and workouts and reps where I feel like I can, potentially chase a PB, which feels extremely optimistic right now, knowing how much work and how much like time I had to put in work during last fall's build up compared to what the past couple months have looked like for me, not being able to like focus as much on running. And I do plan to make videos again and document some of the lead up here in these last several weeks to Chicago. I don't know what uploads will look like, or videos or workouts or anything like that. I'm not really sure what direction I want to go in between now and the race, but just know that, I hope to be back in a much more present manner, in a much more consistent manner, that everything is okay. I appreciate those who have, commented on videos or like past runs on Strava, sort of like checking in on me. I like never expected that. I know I have subscribers, those numbers like don't really compute when it comes to like human connections, and it meant a lot to have those people just comment, is everything okay? Miss your content, miss your videos, that kind of stuff. I really, really do appreciate it, and I hope to sort of get back to normal here as we approach the race here. So thank you for sticking with me. I'm glad to be back, and we will catch up soon. Peace.